So interesting how I found myself here is kind of a fun story. I've been, on and off had jobs down in the city. So the commute is horrible, especially now with the road work. And my wife, I think I was in Boston for a while working in a job there. And my wife walked, she told me, she said, I had a daydream that you had a job in town and you walked to work and we would meet for lunch, and it was this really nice, sweet little scenario. And I said, nice daydream, let's visualize that. And then I think that just weeks later, she walked by this place, Work Petaluma, and she saw this. And she said, I got to tell Jeffrey about this. And soon after that, I moved back here. I mean, I didn't actually move to Boston. I was spending half the time there. Came back here and came in here and started working in here. And things have just built ever since then. The community is accruing, and we got this project going. And so I think it's actually viable that I could actually be working here. I haven't driven my car in 4 days, and I feel great. Yeah, it's just great.
I'm Barry Stump, and I am a software engineer by day, and by night and all other times I'm a general technologist, tinkerer, and generally interested in trying to push the boundaries of what can be done with technology and other gizmos and whatnot. I am the unofficial mayor of Work Petaluma because I practically live here. I'm here all hours of the day and night, and I try and help out, even watch the front desk once in a while when they have when there's a scheduling crisis. I came to work in the early days when a friend of a friend told me about it, and I was working out of my house, and it was a great opportunity to change the environment in which I worked. I had a perfectly good home office with lots of equipment, good internet, great chair, all of that stuff, but I'd find that sometimes weeks would go by without me having to leave the house and meet anybody and see anything. And so moving down to work here has just been wonderful because I continue to do what I do and starting to mix in with some really interesting circles of people and projects and places and things. And I think that it's probably only a matter of time before some small group of people here starts some enterprise that got launched here. There's certainly enough ideas swirling around to make that happen. So I can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. Maybe I'll be a part of it. It'll be fun.
My name is Chris Frothinger. I'm the founder of FurtherFit, which is a startup fitness analytics website. I have been working at work probably for about 6 months now. And my project's been in process for about a year and a half. I had been working from home, set up a very nice home office, complete with all the technology and distractions that I would need. And it worked well for about a year. And then what happened was I was finding the lack of interaction was starting to become crippling. I would find a lot of things to do other than the project. My house became very clean, and dinners were ready on time when my wife would get home. However, the project was starting to slip into kind of a back burner. I was talking to a friend, mentioning that I had been consulting with my cat lately on these projects, and in fact, the cat was starting to make more sense. So it was my clue that it was probably time to get out of the home office. My friend told me about work, which I hadn't heard about, and I wandered down and met Matt and Natasha, got the tour, and was sold immediately. So I signed up the next day, and it's just been an incredible process so far.
So my name is Nancy Sands Johnson, and I'm a freelance writer. And I use work to do all my research and conduct interviews, and also do my writing here as well, and connect with people. I had kind of had this dream a couple of years ago about a place where people could come and work together or do artistic endeavors together. And it was kind of in my head percolating, and I happened to see in the October 2012 issue of The Bohemian that such a place existed in Petaluma, and it was called Work Petaluma. And at the time, I wasn't quite ready to make the leap to joining as a member, but January of 2013, I decided that it was time for me to get out of my car in the Whole Foods parking lot and join a community of freelancers and independent contractors and remote workers here at Work.
My name's Dan Berger, and I found Work here. There's not very many of them in the North Bay, and the company I work with was really flexible with me working remotely, and with technology you can really do everything at a laptop almost anywhere with Wi-Fi, and that's how I found it. There's a lot of programmers and IT kind of people. I'm an engineer, and that's what's pretty unique about this place, is that there's so many different aptitudes and skill sets here. You could totally talk to anybody about, I've got an Excel problem, and these guys know, or they come to me with some sort of issue. But it's just a nice community of people that are very flexible and smart, and the types of topics and conversations that we talk about outside of our standard work is great. There's a lot of respect also just for allowing people to work hard if they have a deadline and just go for it. So I find it really a nice community of humans that are humane.
I saw Work from across the street, and I love beautiful design, and I saw that great identity that you had created for this physical place on the planet Earth. And I was just curious. I just wanted to come in and see what was going on at a place called Work. Mm-hmm. And then I came in, and being a lover of architecture and design and light, I fell in love with the physical place. And then I thought, well, what is this place anyway? And then I found out it's exactly what I needed. Because all of us who work in our virtual way, through all the wonderful tools that we've been given by great entrepreneurial tech people, still need a heartfelt community place to collaborate, co-create, incubate, hug, laugh, talk, brainstorm, and actually make things happen. And so Work is an antidote to what I believe is a way too virtual world. And it's the blend of virtual with essential and the immediate and the human, visceral world that will ultimately make things that are important to human beings happen. So Work is that place in Petaluma, is that place in the North Bay, and I was delighted, and it's changed my life.